Every one of us has a favorite movie moment. From fighting scenes to CGI effects, there are many details that we probably wouldn't even think about how accurate they might be. Especially these top 10 movie details that were so close to reality that it baffled experts. 10. Rush Hour 2. The prop money used in the film resembled the real thing so much that it caught the United States Secret Service's attention. According to the Washington Post, the Secret Service ordered Sun Valley-based Independent Studio Services, Inc. to stop the production of the prop money and followed with a recall letter to every production that used the prop money for their movies. Apparently, besides looking like real banknotes, the seized bills were nearly the same size as the real ones. Nonetheless, federal law states that any reproduction of money must be at least 75% smaller or 150% larger than the genuine ones. 9. Borat. Sacha Baron Cohen's film Borat got attention from the FBI. Sacha Baron Cohen is known to play risky characters in his movies, from Bruno to Ali G, but none will likely ever cause quite as much controversy as Borat, the Kazakh journalist. Back in 2006, a few years after the aftermath of 2001's 9/11, everyone was still on high alert. So it was no surprise when people started calling the FBI when they saw Sacha driving an ice cream van around while dressed as a Middle Eastern man. In his interview with Mark Maron from WTF, Cohen said that the FBI got so many complaints that they compiled a file on him that eventually led them to visit him at his hotel. 8. Deep Impact. The movie Deep Impact accurately depicts how a real asteroid impact would affect Earth and its inhabitants to an extent that it surprised NASA scientists. Inspired by the comet Shoemaker-Levy 9, which was a comet that broke apart in July 1992 and collided with Jupiter in July 1994, David Morrison of the Ames Research Center in California mentions that Deep Impact does an excellent job at recreating the realism of the consequences of the impact. The film gets high marks for understanding the nature of the impact threat, and that both the comet impact in the Atlantic and the ensuing tsunami crashing into the East Coast are strikingly authentic looking, he says. This is thanks to technical advisors that included the late Gene Shoemaker of Comet Shoemaker-Levy fame. 7. The Martian. Colonizing Mars has always been one of the highest goals of the scientific community. So, when the movie The Martian depicted the approach Matt Damon used to grow crops on Mars, it shook the scientific community. The film's adaptation of the book The Martian, written by Andy Weir, also used many details based on real-life physics and applications in the field of astronomy, especially the concept of the gravity-assist trajectory slingshot that helped propel the character's spacecraft toward its goal, and how the astronaut collected rocket fuel and split it into nitrogen and hydrogen, and then burned the hydrogen with oxygen to make water. It is, according to leading NASA scientists, the most genuine movie of Mars. 6. Inside Out. Inside Out is a beautiful lesson in emotional intelligence where the emotions changes the color of orbs which are portrayed as memories. While the concept is interesting, it is surprisingly based on how psychologists actually theorize how memories and emotions work in relation to color. Color psychology, for example, is based on the mental and emotional effects colors have on sighted people in all facets of life. Jennifer Tallarico, a professor at Lafayette University, mentioned that filmmakers of the movie sought counseling with neuroscientists and psychologists to guide them in the right science behind how color correlates with emotions and memories. 5. The Matrix. The hacking scenes in the iconic movie The Matrix Reloaded actually showcased the use of real-life hacking tools, which immediately prompted security experts to advise the viewers on the illegality of such a practice. The scene when Trinity hacks into a power station's computer is actually an accurate portrayal of a hack exploiting a real SSH vulnerability. According to BBC News, United Kingdom, Trinity is seen using a free, popular scanning tool called Nmap. Nmap, or Network Mapper, is used to remotely scan a computer or set of servers to find out what a target is doing. Using the Nmap can also reveal if the server has any vulnerabilities or loopholes that can be exploited. Worried British Computer Society members even alerted movie fans about the illegality of hacking and outlined the tough prison sentences that come with it. 4. Star Trek. Star Trek accurately predicted what happens to our brain when we die. Scientists were later amazed when they found out that what was fiction was in fact a reality. In Star Trek, one science-fictional scene became a reality when scientists discovered that upon death, neurons depolarize in our brain. Star Trek predicted this 30 years ago in a dialogue after a film character, Tasha Yar, dies. One of the crew members says, "Neurons are starting to depolarize." 3. A Beautiful Mind. Russell Crowe's portrayal of mental illness in A Beautiful Mind was so accurate that many National Alliance on Mental Illness members throughout the U.S. wrote letters of praise about the movie. A Beautiful Mind, a 2001 film, is actually an American biographical drama based on the life of John Nash, a Nobel laureate in economics who helped further advance the works of game theory, quantum mechanics, and number theory before falling mentally ill. Russell Crowe's portrayal was so on point that it gained many praises amongst critics about the reality of what people with schizophrenia have to struggle with. 2. Interstellar. The software used in Interstellar to recreate a black hole was so accurate that it provided enough scientific insight to publish 3 scientific papers. Being one of the most critically acclaimed films for its accuracy in astrophysics required a completely new CGI rendering software for the depiction of a black hole. As reported in the Business Insider article, director Christopher Nolan and his visual effects team strove for superior scientific accuracy in Interstellar. They even hired theoretical physicist and Nobel laureate Kip Thorne as a consultant. Neither wormholes nor black holes have been depicted in any Hollywood movie in the way that they actually would appear, Thorne said in an interview prior to the movie's release. 1. Die Hard. Action movies generally depict over-the-top and exaggerated scenes, but the details of the vault and the robbery scene in Die Hard with a Vengeance were so close to the real thing that the FBI questioned the screenwriter about how he had access to such intimate knowledge of Federal Reserve vaults. Screenwriter Jonathan Hensley revealed in the DVD commentary for the film that he was interrogated by the Bureau about his knowledge of the Federal Reserve Bank and his villain's fictional plot to rob it. Hensley told the FBI that the reason he was so familiar with the vault was simple: the bank let them see it. Although the FBI let Hensley off the hook, he did say that the movie made them rethink their security.